This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the place to go to for creating your own slick-looking website or online store.
It's a Fuji event, let's go!
Ever thought 24 megapixels isn't enough? Probably not, but should that be the case, here's something that will quadruple your megapixel game. It's Fujifilm's latest big censored camera, the GFX 100.
So yeah, just a mere 100 megapixels. Not too bad, is it?
None too shabby at all. This is their new flagship medium format camera. Although it's not a ship, and if you want to be a bit pedantic, the sensor isn't the same size as your typical medium format film frame size. It's still respectable that they put so many little dots on that big ass sensor for a price that is affordable for all. Well, maybe not, but I'll take two, thanks. P.S. That's not distortion, that's just a wonky London roads.
That's a lovely view, but why don't we go out on the street? Let's go.
Medium format cameras are meant for tripods shooting still subjects. Pah! Not with a body like this. Right, so we've got the GFX. All three of us have stolen it. Here we go. So we've got 100 megapixels of medium-ish, formatish goodness right here in my hands. On the street, doing some street photography. Is this really more than you need? Probably it is, if you need to ask. But this feels good. It feels good in the hands. This is kind of like a 1DX too, in terms of size and weight. But this has got a much bigger sensor inside. It's like 4 times the size of an XT3 sensor, and it has got the XT3 goodness. It's got the new XT3 focus algorithms, so it should be nice and speedy, not like the old GFXs. This should be kind of decent for focusing. Good enough for street, right? On paper, it seems far from a one-dimensional camera that a lot of other digital medium format cameras are. It functions just like an oversized X. Bit confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. They're taking the button away. They're taking my nice button away to instantly change my focus mode.
Well, almost, it seems. It even has features that you wouldn't expect from a high-end camera.
Sexy model. We've got to have the model pose right. Let me try out the soft skin thing. Smooth skin effect. Strong. I'm not implying anything. Oh, jeez, that's a money shot right there.
Soft.
Supple. Give me more skin. Yeah.
The soft skin effect smooths out any imperfections and, well, there's more skin on show here than is really necessary. The camera picks out what is skin and smooths that out instead of smoothing out the whole photo. It works only for the JPEGs though.
Okay, I think that's enough. XT3 squad!
XT result.
So it's actually quite, it focuses pretty quick. It's not bad. Yeah,
Except for one
it's not terrible. I know people always expect. I mean, people complain with the medium formats like, oh, it's slow focusing. Oh, it's slow. It doesn't have fast burst rate. That's not really what it's for, though, is it? But anyway, it's pretty damn good. And as I said, it's the same autofocusing system, algorithms and shit like that as the XT3. But you've got bigger glass, bigger things to shift. So therefore, it isn't going to be as quick as XT3.
I really like the way that XT3 and XT30, the current gen of Fujis, perform AF-wise, right up there with Sony when it comes to face and eye detection. There we go. Face detection on, with eye auto on. So I've got Gordon Lane from Camera Labs here. Let's test it out. It's a Mexican standoff in Chinatown. But something just wasn't going down in Chinatown. What? Oh no, it's low on battery. Hang on, that's on, right? Eye auto on.
Do you wear the glasses?
Why won't it detect your face? I don't know why it doesn't pick up on your faces. You've clearly got eyes, both of you. And you're not Asian, so it's not an Asian thing either.
Well, no. Yeah, mine works.
Then Kirk decided to show off his face IF working well. He just needed someone to show their face. That's a terrible cough you
It
got
works,
there.
it works. Sometimes it works.
Anyway, on everyone else's camera it worked, and it worked well. Enough said. It's potentially good anyway.
Mine works.
Alright. I could be doing something wrong, I probably am. Or maybe I'll just swap cameras with Kirk.
Oh, magically, the eye autofocus works now. It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's brilliant. Look at that.
It sees eyes. He definitely has got eyes and a face. And that works good. There we are. It's accurate and fast enough.
You can definitely feel it's a little bit slower than XT3, but
Funny enough,
to
my
be
side
expected.
is funny.
I'm not going to hold it against it. It has a sensor 4 times bigger than XT3 and definitely not 4 times slower AF. But how does it work with moving subjects? The focus points cover all of the usable frame and it mostly does a good job of picking out the subject. Although, understandably, sometimes it doesn't shift all of that glass in time when the subject is moving at a decent pace towards you. So that's what it looks like without the EVF on. The EVF though, it's all good. Really good stuff. 5.7 million dots. Huge. One thing worth noting is that although the EVF offers up a crisper picture and can be used on the older GFXs, you won't see the benefit on the old cameras because their output to the EVF isn't as good as the GFX 100. One thing I noticed that it's really well dampened, and you kind of need that with 100 megapixels and a big fat ass sensor. It's going to get shaky, right? It's got shock absorption and that shutter button. That's nice. It's just like the XH1. It's really soft. Nice and soft. I don't know why I'm showing like this, you can't see that it's soft. I can just tell you that it's soft, okay? When shooting with this lens and Ibis, I'm finding that I can easily get shake-free shots at 125th of a second. It's a little bit different to the other X cameras. There's no fancy dials like the XT3, XT30. And instead, you've got this on the screen. That's a fuck-off big screen right there. There's no mode dial. You have to use this to change the mode. Personal preference, I miss the dedicated mode dial and shutter speed dial. Although the shutter speed dial isn't a necessity, I prefer a round twisty thing to select the exposure mode. I just think it's easier and quicker than pressing a button and looking at the LCD. What do you think? Otherwise, you know, not too many negatives. Taking video.
No, I'm just doing that.
Oh.
This will ruin your shot.
It will if I walk in front of you, shot.
That will not help it.
Ooh!
That's
Can't see anything but...
It's a little naughty.
Electronic shutter means really bad rolling shutter, but it's not a surprise for a big sensor like that, and you're probably not going to use electronic shutter on this.
I would shoot anything that would warrant having this kind of camera.
Just for people like taking landscapes.
That's not the camera's fault, that's my fault really.
But it does have 102 megapixels, which makes it really
Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but sexy nonetheless, right?
sexy.
It does work well enough on the street, but yet maybe it's not really going to be the obvious choice for people who shoot street. As cool and kick-ass it is to be shooting with a medium format camera for your usual stuff, the need for a GFX 100 will most likely be brought on by the demand of the usual landscapers that need more resolution, more detail. It's a fantastic back-sided sensor, and those files really allow a lot of flexibility. You can easily push it 4 stops and still get nice, clean, crisp looking images. And there's more. I like the sunglasses. Oh yeah, give me some sexy dim sum look. Yeah. 102 megapixels of goodness. Do you want the photo? Do you want a 102 megapixel photo of yourself? Okay. In some ways, it doesn't matter if no one buys it for its video capabilities. Credit still needs to be given for the fact that they've done it. And they've done it well. They've not done it half-assed. The interesting thing is this takes 4K in full, medium-ish, format-ish frame, which is good, right? It uses the whole frame for 4K 30p F-Log 10-bit 420 files, 422 external. It's downsampled. I mean, it's a 102 megapixel sensor, and they have to get to 4K, and the footage looks great. The autofocus works well in video, pulls smoothly and without hesitation from what I saw. It still has the step change in ISO when using auto ISO in video, and although rolling shutter seemed a bit of a problem in electronic shutter for stills, it seems very reasonable when shooting 4K video. The Ibis works superbly also to get stable video when shooting handheld. There are far worse offenders for rolling shutter and video in cameras with much smaller sensors. And when you put this into the mix along with the resolution for stills, you do get quite a bit for your money, and that is a lot of money. They could have just ignored the video, but unlike some other brands, they've gone the extra step to give something that is more than in line with consumer needs in 2019 and beyond, all in a package that is no more cumbersome than a 135 sized format DSLR and is as easy to get to grips with as a Fuji X. Props to Fuji, and well done to all those lucky buggers that can afford one. So that's it for the video, but one last thing. This video was sponsored by Squarespace, the place to go to if you want to set up your own website, store, or just your own domain. It's simple to transfer over your existing domain. It has a super easy to use interface, making a doddle to get going with award-winning templates, and a 24/7 customer service if you need help. If you want to make your next move with Squarespace all-in-one platform for building beautiful websites, you can start a free trial today with 10% off your first purchase by clicking the link in the description below and using the discount code